Do salespeople burn leads daily? I'm Scott Sylvan Bell. It's November 5th, 2017, 9:18 in the morning here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Perfect day to talk about sales, and a perfect day to talk about a common problem that every industry that I have ever worked in or ever looked at faces, and it's a salesperson burning a lead. And this is video number 7. Video number 7. And video number 7 is people will only sell what they would buy. Right? So I was just working with a plumber in Sacramento about a month ago, and his sales numbers weren't good. So the company brought me in and said, hey, figure out what's going on with the sales guy. So I sit down with him. I'm like, tell me your sales process. And he goes through it. And I'm like, something's not right here. Where's my financing options? How come you're not giving me financing options? He's like, well, I don't finance anything in my personal life. I'm like, okay, well, are you the buyer? And he says, no, I'm not the buyer. I'm like, stop making buying decisions for the buyer. Well, I wouldn't do it myself. It doesn't make sense. Okay. All right. Well, we're talking about tankless water heaters that are $6, $7, $8, $9, $10,000 depending upon what they get, or repipes that are $20,000, $30,000 or $10,000, whatever the number is. Okay. Well, he tells me, I ask him a couple questions, tell me how you buy stuff. Well, I go in and I pay cash for everything. I don't finance anything. I don't want to pay interest on anything, so I don't finance anything. I'm like, okay, well, here's our problem. You're caught up in your mind, and you have all these preconceived notions about how you would buy, and you're pushing them onto the buyer. And I see this happen a lot, and it could be about financing. It could be about product selection. But, a lot of salespeople push the idea or the belief that they would want, not what the buyer wants or needs. And, in a lot of the industries that I work in, most people aren't going to be able to come up with the cash, the $5, $6, $7, $20,000 for the product or service that, the companies sell. So financing is key. But if you get caught up in like, I'm only going to sell how I buy, there's a saying, you sell how you buy, how people sell is how they buy, whatever way you want to sell it. Whatever way you want to slice it, whatever way you want to dice it. It really comes down to you really do sell how you buy until someone pulls you aside and says, hey, look, buddy, you're doing it the wrong way, right? So I promise you, if you're selling how you buy, you're creating a problem for yourself and you're burning that sales lead. You're missing that opportunity, right? So when I was doing full-time sales, it didn't matter if the person told me flat out, like, Scott, I'm paying cash. And I would always figure out financing because, like, in their mind, they always thought whatever I was selling was $3,000 or $5,000 when it was really $10,000 and $15,000, right? So if I wouldn't have offered financing, then they wouldn't have bought. They would have been like, it's past my budget, right? But if I always, here's the payments as low as $125 a month, whatever that number is, they were like, okay, well, it makes more sense. So you have to know that you have the potential of burning leads if you sell how you buy and you get caught up in the thing or the way that you would purchase a product, a good, a service, or a widget or a gizmo. So how do salespeople burn leads? They sell how they buy. Now, if you could do a small favor for me in the box down below, leave a comment, question, or story, that would be fantastic. To the right, to the left, there's a subscribe button. You know what you got to do. You got to subscribe. And then last off, you can send it out to all your friends via StumbleUpon, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Why not even LinkedIn? Scott Sylvan Bell. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.